Hey everyone, welcome to my video series on the Flipper Zero and the Genie garage door opener. In today's video, the flipper on the left has my custom Sub-GHz encoder and decoder. The flipper on the right is doing a raw read to capture the signal. We'll attempt a replay attack using our captured signal, and since the Genie uses rolling codes, the replay attack is ignored by the receiver. The flipper on the left is able to send the next code in the sequence because I created an encoder which extracts the next key from a file. You can now open your Genie securely with your Flipper Zero. Let's get started. In my previous video, we looked at the first version of the Genie Recorder app, which extracts all of the sent codes from a Genie remote into a text file. We then made a set of 4 Sub-GHz files which opened our door. But since the code increased by such huge jumps, another flipper could capture our signal and potentially play one of those 4 signals in the future. Version 2 of our application creates a special Genie file that is used by the encoder and allows it to play the next signal, eliminating the replay attack. Genie Recorder v2 also allows setting the frequency between 315 and 390 MHz. When you start capturing codes, it shows you the number of codes remaining to fully capture your remote. This helps you understand a better estimate of when you've captured all 65,536 codes that are required. Through the magic of video editing, we are about to witness the end of the code capture. 3, 2, well, it looks like I have an off by 1 bug. I'll fix that. In the SD card apps data Genie folder, you'll see that there's a .genie file now, which you can download. And there'll be a .genie file for each button and serial number that you've recorded. If you're interested in the data, I recommend you also download the keys.txt file as well. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a Discord giveaway with unique .genie files. I've opened our .genie file. And at the beginning of the video, we had these codes on our Flipper Zero. The Sub-GHz Genie encoder decoder uses this file when it receives a code to determine what the next code should be. You can see on the left that the code started with 44859498, which is highlighted in blue below. And then you can see the next part of that blue is B5BF76E9, which is what's displayed as next code. And it's also the next code beginning part of that key on the flipper on the right. So our encoder is basically figuring out where that blue mark is, highlighting it, and grabbing that next code. The Readme for the project explains how to install the Sub-GHz protocol encoder decoder and how to install the application. The encoders won't work on official firmware since transmitting rolling codes has been disabled. My hope is that the app and the protocol encoder decoder get pre-installed in some of the unofficial firmware, so you just need to wire it up. If you have questions, feel free to ask on my Discord server and I'll be glad to help. You can see in the diagram where to connect the flipper's ground and A7 pins to the remote. I've flipped the board over, and so we're trying to get that button on the far right, which is that orange and green. They connect together when you press the button. The green is ground, and following it up and then to the left and down, we can see it connects to that 3rd pin. If we follow that orange pad down and then to the left and up, we see that goes to the 1st pin. So that's our A7. So again, you just need to connect your flipper's ground to your remote's ground and your flipper's A7 to your remote's button. Once it's connected, you're ready to start the app, choose the frequency if you need, and run it. It could take 2 to 3 days for all the codes to get extracted. Once we've extracted all the codes, we'll go into Sub-GHz, and then we'll go into Read. We'll press left to set our configuration. Make sure our frequency is set correctly, either 315 or 390. Click the back button to start scanning. And now we'll go ahead and press a button on our remote. You can see it says Genie, and it has part of the key information. And then I'll go ahead and send a second button on my remote. You can see it's Genie and a different key this time. I'll click OK to see the details, and you can see that you can save this file or you can send this signal. In official firmware, send will not be an option. I'll go ahead and save this file. We'll just call it something simple like LLL. And then next I'll go ahead and back out of this and go down to saved. And then we'll go ahead and load that file. Here it is, LLL. And then we'll choose emulate. You can see it shows Genie 64-bit on the top. It shows our Genie key for the remote. And it shows the beginning of the next key. When you click OK, it'll send the next key, which will open the door. And each time you click OK, it sends a new key. Just like your normal remote, it'll keep transmitting that code while you hold the OK button, so you may have to hold it for a second to open the door. If it's a new remote and you haven't done any capturing, you'll see the following error message when you click on the details. No keys found indicates it hasn't seen this serial number button combination. If you have run the Genie Recorder application, but you didn't let it finish, you may see the following error message when you click on the details. Key missing means it couldn't find the current code or the next code in the sequence. In this case, you need to continue running the Genie Recorder and it'll do its best to record the rest of the signals. Thanks again for your time today. I hope you found this video helpful. Please like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to be notified of future videos. I hope you can join me on my Discord server so we can continue the conversation. Also, don't forget to let me know if you're interested in a Discord giveaway for a unique Genie file.